Hi, everyone. This is Fiona from DWF Ventures. Before the start of the presentation, let me give you a brief introduction of DWF Ventures. So DWF Ventures is the ventures arm under DWF Labs, which is a market-making and a multi-stage investment firm. Our ventures team mainly focused on primary market investment in multiple verticals, including infrastructure, DeFi, consumer, and gaming. Restaking has been one of the verticals that we have very high interest in, and it's been the center of discussions over the past months. So today, I'm going to decode the Ethereum restaking landscape with you guys. In the upcoming slides, I'm going to walk through how stakings had led to the creation of Lido, and also how restakings had led to the creation of EigenLayer and multiple liquid restaking protocols like Renzo and like EtherVi. So before jumping right into restaking and staking, let me give you a bit of context of the history of Ethereum consensus. So previously, Ethereum adopted the proof of work consensus mechanism, which means that a network of miners compete to solve the computational puzzles to produce blocks for rewards. But then in September 2022, Ethereum executed the merge, transforming from proof of work to proof of stake. So right now we are using proof of stake for Ethereum, meaning that a bunch of validators stake their network tokens, and they got rewarded for validating the nodes. But if they misbehave, their nodes will be slashed. So right now, Ethereum has introduced us to ETH staking. So there are a couple of requirements, right? The first is that a user must stake 32 ETH. And the second is that the users must have the hardware in order to run the validated nodes. And the third is that even with the appropriate hardware, the user will also need to run various software clients to make sure the node is up and running. However, all these requirements are not easy to be fulfilled by normal retailers like you and me, right? So how can we incentivize users to engage in staking? So in the upcoming slides, I'm going to walk you through the scenario. Let's say Alice right now, she has some ETH and she wants to stake on the Ethereum nodes. However, she doesn't have enough ETH. She doesn't have 32 ETH. And more importantly, she doesn't have the hardware and the node operating capability. And not only that, after staking her ETH into Ethereum, her ETH will be locked up, and she can't do anything with it. So the liquidity will be limited. Right now, what can she do? So here comes the liquid staking platforms like Lido, Rocket Pool, Frax, and Anchor. So what do they do? So what can Alice do right now? So she can stake any amount of ETH into the liquid staking platform. And then the liquid staking platforms will aggregate the pool of ETH and then stake onto Ethereum through a set of node operators. And then the node operators will do their work, get rewarded, and then eventually they will split a bit back to the stakers after taking up the fees from the validators and protocols. And then eventually, the liquid staking protocols will return the LST, the liquid staking tokens, ST, EST, that includes the use, back to Alice. So the last step is that Alice, with the LST, she can unlock the DeFi liquidity, meaning she can use the liquidity for, for example, she can swap on Curve, do lending, borrowing on Aave, or restaking. And next, people start questioning, hey, can we reuse the stake ETH on Ethereum? The answer is actually yes. So how can we do it? So EigenLayer introduced us to the concept of restaking, allowing ETH stake on Ethereum to also secure other systems. These systems are called actively validated services, abbreviated as AVS. So AVS can be data availability layers, rollups, bridge, and oracles. So the AVS will be integrated with Ethereum consensus layer through EigenLayer. and they allows like the applications to utilize Ethereum's security without needing them to bootstrap for their proof-of-stake mechanisms. And therefore, EigenLayer basically serves as a marketplace for crypto economic security. Restaking ETH means that ETH's stake can be now used to secure both Ethereum and AVS. So in terms of rewards, for example, since you're providing security for AVS at the same time, so you get the extra yields. And in terms of risks, since AVS will also impose some additional slashing rules to the validators, so there will be higher risk for slashing at the same time. Some notable AVS include EigenLayer's own DA solution, EigenDA, as well as like AltLayer, Espresso, Ethos, and Lagrange. Right now, EigenLayers allow us to restake native ETH and LSDs. But then when it comes to restaking native ETH versus restaking LSD on EigenLayer, there is some slight difference that you have to be noticed about. For example, for staking native ETH, for example, for Bob, he needs to stake 32 ETH. And at the same time, he needs to create his own eigenpod. And he also needs to set up the validator withdrawal credentials. But then for the case of restaking LSC on EigenLayer, it's much more simple because Alice, she can just, after she staked her ETH in Lido, she can get the LSC, liquid staking token, and she can take the LSC and then stake into the EigenLayer smart contract. Yeah. But then EigenLayer actually still have some similar issues as like staking on Ethereum, which is the lack of liquidity. So you may ask why. Okay, so after you stake on EigenLayer, the native ETH and LSC will be locked up. So no tokens will be issued to restakers after restaking into EigenLayers. So the complexities of restaking and also there will be some complexities of restaking native ETH for normal retails, kind of affecting the user experience. So in order to address the challenges of the user experience and the liquidity encountered in EigenLayer, so liquid restaking platforms start coming up. So the notable liquid restaking platforms include like Renzo, Evervi, KelpDAO. You can name all these like above. So these platforms are basically integrated with EigenLayer, and then they would provide liquidity to the validators on EigenLayer. So like with the liquid restaking platform, things become much easier. For example, for Bob, he can just simply stake his native ETH into the liquid restaking platforms without setting up any eigenport or validator credentials. And then eventually, the restaking platforms will generate the LRT back to him. Similarly, for Alice, if she wants to restake her LSC on liquid restaking platform, she can just simply stake her LSC in, and then she will also get the LRT in return. So eventually, both Bob and Alice got the LRT in hand, so they can unlock the DeFi liquidity and apply in different kind of DeFi use case. So this is the comparison table performed by our team in DWF Ventures. So as you can see on the table, we have compared different kind of options in terms of stakings and restakings. From the table, you can basically see the market developments from staking, market developments in response to staking and restaking. In terms of APY, of course, given restaking, they're also providing security for AVS on top of EigenLayer, so they will have extra use, right? And then in terms of the ease of staking, as well as the liquidity, right now liquid staking is actually the best options, which kind of actually explains why right now liquid staking is very popular in the market. So this is the summary of the presentation. So the first is that Ethereum proof of stake consensus layer is actually the fundamental layer of ETH staking. They accept ETH as an input. Liquid staking platforms have three major benefits. The first is that they can stake any amount of ETH. And then the second is that they abstract away the complexity of staking ETH. And the third is that they issue liquid tokens to represent the stake ETH. So that gives users the liquidity. And then it comes to eigenlayer, which is like the additional layer of ETH staking, accepting both like LSC or like native ETH as an input. And liquid restaking platforms have two major benefits. The first is that they also abstract away the complexities of restaking ETH. And then the second is that they also issue like a liquid token to represent the restake ETH and giving out like the liquidity. So in conclusion, the restake ETH will be used to secure AVS on top of eigenlayer, hence enjoying the higher yield than purely staking on Ethereum. However, of course, they will also take on additional risk from slashing. So at DWF Ventures, our team is excited to support projects innovating in multiple sectors. So for any projects, please feel free to reach out to us. I've also attached our Ventures account, X account, so please follow us. And also, please feel free to reach out to us on Telegram. Thank you.